everyone, it's Sergeant Michael here coming to you with the official first video of E40 Season 4. And I'm going to kick it off by taking the first turn of the season as Germany. But first I'll introduce you to all the players. So first off, we have myself, Sergeant Michael, playing as Germany. My allies this season are going to be Squeegee Boy playing Italy and Ben1730 Gaming playing Japan. So that's the Axis forces, me and my friends, my allies, and then we are playing against this season. We're playing against someone who plays board games as Russia and China. Ice Giant 75 will be America and France, and Paul from Phoenix will be playing the Commonwealth, so UKE, UKP, and Anzac. So now that you guys are familiar with the people playing, don't forget to subscribe to them. All the channels that are public out of those, don't forget to subscribe to them. And follow along for yourself. It's going to be an interesting game for sure. But with that being said, I'll go ahead and clear these paper tablets off the board and then get right into my turn. Alright, so here we are with Germany's first turn. I'll go ahead and start us off with purchases. So Germany starts with 30 IPCs. I'm going to be spending 14 on 2 transports and then another 15 on an air base. So I'll be saving $1 in the bank for next round. And then we'll go over all of our combat moves here. So we have quite a few combat moves to do. I think we have a total of four combat moves. So we'll start here in Season 111, where I forgot to put the French pieces in London. But the Allies have decided, Paul told me, they are scrambling their 2 British fighters and French fighter in Season 111, and the British fighter from Scotland into Season 110. So I will not forget to put a French fighter in this battle defending. But going into Season 111, we have the battleship from 113 going 1, 2. We have a strat bomber from Germany going 1, 2, 3, as well as a tactical bomber from Germany 1, 2, 3. And then the fighter from Holland, Belgium is going 1, and then a fighter from Western Germany is going to go 1, 2. And then the submarine from 108 and the submarine from 103 are both going to go into 1-4 and then into 111. So total there I'll have 2 subs, 2 fighters. Oh, I messed up. I'm missing a tactical bomber. So tactical bomber from Western Germany is also going to, if I can pick this up, go 1, 2. So total I'll have 2 subs, 2 fighters, 2 tacticals, a strat bomber, and a battleship in Season 111 against his 2 cruisers, battleship, 3 fighters. Then into Season 110 here, my sub from 124 is coming down. Fighter from Norway is going 1, 2. Fighter from West Germany is going 1, 2. The 2 tactical bombers from West Germany are going 1, 2. And then the strategic bomber from Germany itself is going 1, 2, 3. So total in Season 110, I'll have 1 sub, 2 fighters, 2 tac bombers, a strategic bomber, and he'll be defending with a destroyer, cruiser, battleship, and a fighter. Then over here, I'm going to take my submarine from 117 into 106, and my submarine from 118, 1, 2, into 106. And we're going to try to sink that Canadian mini fleet there. And then the last battle we have here is the battle for Paris. So I will be taking all the infantry from West Germany, all the mechs from West Germany, and the artillery from West Germany, all into France. Those will be joined by 3 tanks from Holland, Belgium, the 3 tanks from Southern Germany. Oh boy. 3 tanks from Southern Germany will go through Northern Italy into France as well. And then the 4 infantry and 2 artillery from Holland, Belgium will also scoot in there. So total I will have 7 infantry, 4 mechs, 3 artillery, and 6 tanks in Paris attacking. So, let's see, I did want to do this. So the other thing, I'm also going to go ahead and attack Yugoslavia with 6 infantry from Greater Southern Germany. Put those down there. And I will take the 3 tanks, one from Poland into Yugoslavia, one from Slovakia, Hungary, and one from Romania, and they'll be supported by the fighter from Slovakia, Hungary, and the attack bomber from Poland. Try to clean things up a little bit here. Alright, so total I have 6 infantry, 3 tanks, 1 fighter, and a tactical bomber attacking the 5 infantry in Yugoslavia. So with that, we'll head to the battle board and get rolling some dice. Alright, so we will go ahead and start off with the battle for Paris. So I have a total of 8 units attacking at 1, so 4 infantry, 4 mechs. I've got my 3 infantry and 3 artillery attacking at 2, and 6 tanks attacking at 3. And he's defending with 8 at 2, 6 infantry, 2 artillery, 2 tanks at 3, and a fighter at 4. So we'll see what damage we can do here. So I'll go ahead and get my 4 at 1, or 8 at 1, sorry. 8 at 1 will be the white dice. I've got 6 at 2 will be my blue dice. And my 6 at 3 will be these orange dice. And just letting everyone know, the special symbol on the dice is the 6. It is on the opposite side of the 1. So if you see any of these special symbols, such as the lion, the French flag, or the chicken pop up, that is the 6. So that is counted as a miss. So I'll go ahead and roll these dice and hope to get lots of hits. That doesn't look like a ton of hits. So our 2s, we got 3 hits with our 2s, we got 2 hits with our 1s, and we got 2 hits with our 3s. So a total of 7 hits there. So total 7 hits. So he'll be losing his anti-air gun and his 6 infantry, which isn't terrible. We could have done a little better. But we'll go ahead and roll his defense now. So he's rolling 6 at 2. Or 8 at 2, sorry, 6 infantry at 2, and then 2 artillery, and he's got 2 tanks at 3, and a fighter at 4, and the fighter at 4 will be the yellow there. We'll get my dice out of the way. We'll go ahead and roll his dice here. And that looks pretty okay. So it looks like he got 6 hits. 5 of his 2s missed, so 3 hits with 2s. 2 hits with both his tanks hit, and his fighter hit. So he's got 6 hits. So we'll go ahead and do it like this. We'll lose 6 infantry. So there's 4 infantry and 2 infantry coming off for the Germans. And then he'll be losing an anti-air gun as well as 6 infantry. So we'll go ahead and put all this in a pile over here in the dead pile, and we'll continue rolling. So what's left, go ahead and show you here. These are mechs. I moved 2 of my mechs over to join the artillery. So now I have 2 mechs left at 1. I got 2 mechs and an infantry and 3 artillery left attacking at 2. And I still have all 6 of my tanks left attacking at 3. He's got his 2 artillery at 2, 2 tanks at 3, and his fighter at 4. So we will push on, see what damage we can do. So I've got my 2 unsupported mechs at 1. I've got 2 mechs, an infantry, and 3 artillery, all attacking at 2. And 6 tanks at 3. So we'll go ahead and roll these. Five hits. I need 5. Okay, so I got 2 with my 2s and 3 with my 3s. It's exactly 5 hits, exactly what I needed. So that'll wipe out the rest of his units, and defending he will have 2 artillery at 2, 2 tanks at 3, and a fighter at 4. And it looks like he got 2 more hits. So one of his tanks hit and his fighter hit. So I wiped out the rest of his units here, and I'll be taking 2 more. So I'll be losing my infantry, and I'll be losing one of my mechs. So I'll survive that battle with 3 mechs. Battle of Paris, 3 mechs, 3 artillery, 6 tanks remaining. Alright, so we'll go ahead and go with our other land battle here. We'll go with the Battle of Yugoslavia next. And attacking, we have 6 infantry at 1, 3 tanks and a fighter at 3, and then we have our tactical bomber at 4. Defending in Yugoslavia are 5 neutral infantry. So we'll go ahead and roll this one all together. I'll have my 6 infantry at 1, 3 tanks and a fighter at 3, and my tactical bomber at 4. And then I will roll 5 blue dice for his defending units at 2. So we'll roll everything together here. Okay, so I missed by 1. So infantry got 1, my attack bomber got 1, and my tanks got 2, and then his infantry got 2 hits. So he'll have 1 infantry remaining, and then he will kill 2 of my infantry, so I'll have 4 infantry remaining. And I will press on. So I'll remove 4 of his dice, 2 of my dice, and we'll roll again. That's right. Alright, so we got him. Our infantry got a hit. We got more hits, but his infantry also got 1 more hit. So we'll be losing another infantry. He'll be losing his last infantry. So we'll be surviving in Yugoslavia with 3 infantry, 3 tanks, and a fighter, as well as a tactical bomber. Alright, so here in the battle of C-Zone 110, I'm just going to jump right into the big battle. We've got 2 submarines at 2, 2 fighters attacking at 3, and then I've got a battleship, a strategic bomber, and 2 tactical bombers all hitting at 4. He's defending with 2 cruisers at 3, a battleship, and 3 fighters at 4. And I did not forget to add that French fighter. So let's start rolling dice and see how this goes. Alright, so I got 5 hits it looks like, so 3 hits from my 4s, 1 hit with a 3, 1 hit with a 2. So 5 hits, and he'll retaliate. I hope he gets no more than 2. He's probably going to get 4 hits though. Oh, and you didn't see this one, but it is a hit. And he did get 4 hits. So all of his 4s hit, his 3s missed though. He'll have 4 hits, I'll have 5. So my 5 hits, first of all, he's obviously going to take a damage on that battleship for 1, 2, 3. And I would assume he'd want the fighters left and the battleship left. 4, 5. That's how I would do it. Either way, he'll have 4s left, but I'm assuming he'll want his fighters left instead of the battleship because he'll want the opportunity to do Taranto. So that would make sense in my mind. And he has 4 hits, so we'll go 1, 2 for subs. 3 will be a damage on the battleship. And 4 will be a fighter. Alright, so we will push on. We'll have 1 fighter at 3. We'll go and remove these so I don't get confused. I'll have a fighter at 3 and a battleship, 2 tacticals, and a bomber at 4 against his 2 fighters at 4. So there's my 4 4s. I'll have my fighter at 3. We'll roll those. 2 hits. I got 4 hits. My 4s hit again. And he'll have 2 at 4. And he did get 2 hits as well. So, how do I want to do this? He's losing his 2 fighters for sure. I'm actually going to pause real quick and I'm going to figure out how I want to take casualties here. Alright, so it is a bummer that he got as many hits as he did, but I do have to take 2 more casualties for his 2 fighters that hit, so I will just lose a tactical bomber and a fighter. So I'll be left in C-Zone 110 with a tactical bomber, a strategic bomber, and a damaged battleship. Alright, now we're in C-Zone 110. I think I said we were in C-Zone 110 last time. I meant 111 if I did say 110. Now we are in C-Zone 110. For reals and for certain this time. I have 1 submarine attacking at 2, 2 fighters at 3, and 2 tactical bombers and a strat bomber all hitting at 4. He's got defending a destroyer at 2, a cruiser at 3, and a battleship fighter at 4. I know he's going to get some hits. This one's going to hurt, but we need to take out his fleets. So I'll have my 1 at 2, 2 at 3, 3 at 4. And that's 5 hits. That's exactly what I needed. Awesome. So my 2 hit, my 3's hit, and 2 of my 4's hit. That's exactly what I needed. So I wipe him out with those 5 hits. He's got 1 at 2, 1 at 3, and 2 at 4 to retaliate. And you don't see these two, but the orange one there is a hit. So he hit with a 3 and a 4. So we'll be taking 2 casualties and destroying all of his units. So these will go bye-bye. I'll be taking 2 casualties. One is obviously a submarine, and the other one will be a tactical bomber. So I'll be surviving in Season 110 with 2 fighters, 1 tac bomber, and 1 strat bomber. Alright, now we have the battle for Season 106. I have my 2 submarines going against the Canadian destroyer Transport. Transport obviously is not going to be able to defend, but it will be taken as a casualty if I do win this battle. So I've got my 2 at 2, he's got his 1 at 2. We'll roll them together and see if we can get him to miss here. And that's no hits from anyone, so we'll go ahead and roll again. And one of my submarines hit, and his destroyer missed, so that's battle over. I'll be destroying the British destroyer Transport in Season 106 and surviving with both of my submarines. Alright, so now that we're done with combat, turned out pretty well. I'm actually glad that I was able to take out his fighters in Season 111, because that means he's not going to be able to use one of those fighters in Taranto raid, so that is really convenient for us. So with all of our combats done, we'll go now into non-combat moves. So go ahead and land our planes first. So all of our planes, that except for strat bombers, had 2 movements left. So one of the tac bombers, the tac bomber in 111 will land in Holland, Belgium, and the fighter and tac bomber in 111 will land in Holland, Belgium. Oh, this is Season 110. I got my seasons mixed up twice in this video. The tac bomber from 110 will land in Holland, Belgium, and the tac bomber, one of the fighters from 111, will land in Holland, Belgium. Gosh, gee whiz, I need to get my seasons straight. Alright, then the remaining fighter from 111 will go 1-2 to West Germany, and then the 2 strat bombers will land in West Germany as well. The 2 artillery in Greater Southern Germany decided not to go into Yugoslavia. They will go up into Germany instead. Alright, then the planes here in Yugoslavia, the tactical bomber that came from Poland, 1-2, will go 1-2 and land in southern Italy. The fighter that went 1 from Slovakia, Hungary will go 2, 3, 4 and land in Tobruk. Alright, then one of our guys from Romania will march down into Bulgaria, picking up that dollar as well as 4 infantry there. And then one of our guys in Norway will go into Finland and pick up that $2 as well as those 4 guys. So pretty standard stuff there. The cruiser and transport in Season 114 will move over to 113. And I think that's gonna do her. Just double checking the board here. I'm gonna pause real quick. I'll double check the board, make sure everything's as I would see fit, and make sure everything's good and get back to it. Alright, so the board looks good to me. We're going to go ahead and place our units and then do a round of recap. So we'll be placing... Alright, sorry about the cut there. My phone ran out of storage, so I had to go delete a video real quick, and so that allows me to be able to finish this one. So we'll go ahead and place our units, do a round recap, and then we'll do our Vichy French rolls, and then we'll get to the economy and pass the turn to Russia. So placing units, I placed 2 transports here in Season 113. and I built my air base here in Holland, Belgium. So with that, we'll go ahead and go with a round recap. So here in Tobruk, we've got a German fighter. In southern Italy, we have a tactical bomber. Yugoslavia there, we have 3 infantry and 3 tanks. Bulgaria has 5 infantry. Romania has 1 infantry. Slovakia-Hungary has 1 infantry. Slovakia-Hungary has 2 infantry. Poland has 3 infantry. Germany itself has 11 infantry, 5 artillery, and 3 anti-air guns. Western Germany has 3 anti-air guns, a fighter, and 2 strategic bombers. Holland, Belgium has a fighter, 2 tactical bombers, and a newly built air base. Paris, France has 3 mechs, 3 artillery, and 6 tanks. Seazone 110 has a damaged battleship. Denmark has 2 infantry. Norway has 2 infantry. Seazone 113 has 1 cruiser and 3 transports. Finland has 5 infantry. And Seazone 106 over there has 2 submarines. So with that, we'll go ahead and do our Vichy French rolls. Alright, so how we're doing these Vichy French rolls is every French territory along the Mediterranean gets rolled for. If it's a 1 through 3, it stays French. 4 through 6, however, will allow that territory to turn German. And they what's the word I'm looking for? They defect. They defect to the side of the axis. So we'll go ahead and roll. We'll start with southern France. I've got a little rolling box right here. And a 6-sided die with numbers so you guys can see. So we'll go ahead and roll this. That is a 6. So southern France will turn German. I'll go ahead and just put markers on there for now. So southern France will turn German. Go ahead and roll for Morocco now. That's a 5, so that will turn German. Alright. This one's for Algeria. Shake it up real good. Make sure I'm not just waiting this. Another 5. Boy, I almost want to roll that again. I'll just roll that again. Good gravy. Come on. Something good. Alright, so it's a 1. So we'll leave that one French. We'll roll this for Tunisia. That is a 6, so that turns German. Alright, and then the last one, Syria, is French. So Algeria and Syria will remain French. Southern France, Morocco, and Tunisia will turn German. So now we'll roll for this fleet here in Seazone 93, I believe it is, 93. So interesting rules about this one. Rules. 1 or a 6 stays French and it gets to flee to Seazone 92. A 3 or a 5, these ships will be scuttled. Historically, that's basically what happened. They got sunk by the British fleet. And on a 3 or 4, that fleet will turn German. So we'll see how this goes. It's going to be interesting either way. If they turn German, then there's really no way the Allies will have any fun in the Med. But we'll see how this goes. 3 or 4, come on. Oh, that's a 3. Beautiful. Okay, so the French fleet here, destroyer, cruiser. I'll go ahead and grab a destroyer, cruiser here and replace those with German destroyer, cruiser. I will replace these units. I guess I could go recap these though. There will be a German infantry artillery in southern France, a German infantry in Morocco, and a German infantry in Tunisia. So with that, I'll go ahead and adjust the economy real quick, and we'll do my economic recap and then pass the turn to Russia. Alright, so I've made the adjustments on the income board of all the economies. So Germany goes up 14 IPCs to 44, and that's after conquering France, southern France, Morocco, Tunisia, Yugoslavia, Bulgaria, and Finland. France will have an economy of 10 IPCs. They will lose all their money for the first turn, but they'll have an income of 10 for all future turns. Well, obviously economy will change, but they start with 10, and then I think that's all the economies that changed on the board. So over here I have Germany's income. So we have our base of 44. we're taking the 19 from France surrendering, and we're gathering 10 from national objectives, 5 from Russia, 5 from Sweden. So we're ending our turn with a total of 73 IPCs for next turn. So go ahead, put that in the bank. And now Free France is in existence. They have all the territories that I haven't taken. And with that, I will pass it on to someone who plays board games to take Russia's turn. So ball's rolling, guys. Season 4 is officially on. Allies, I'm sorry, but you're going down. We have a game plan, and you guys, although I love playing with you, we're going to have to smash you. So thank you guys so much for watching to the end and sticking around. I love you all so much. Thank you for your support of the channel. I hope to see you in the next video. This is Sergeant Michael saying peace out.